Here we go again with rumors about the Bears potentially trading for a star pass rusher. According to various reports, the Bengals have again begun listening to trade offers for Trey Hendrickson, and the asking price is reportedly a first round pick and a young defensive player that does not have to be a pass rusher. This is actually potentially a significant development. All season long, I've expected them to get a deal done with Trey. There was even a report the day before camp that the Bengals and Trey were close to getting the deal done. He was in town, ready to report to camp, but then the next morning he was back in Florida and talks had broken off again. That was nearly a month ago. Trey has now missed all of training camp, and the Bengals are at least willing to listen to trade offers. The situation has been ugly. It's been public and it's involved the media, but all along I've believed that Trey will play for the Bengals this season. When it comes to the regular season, nobody really holds out anymore. The last player to do it was Le'Veon Bell in Pittsburgh, and honestly, his career was never close to the same after that. Reports are that the Bengals are looking for a first round pick and a young defensive player. The talks have dragged on all off season, and here we are a couple of weeks away from the regular season kickoff, and the Bengals appear to be lowering the asking price. A first round pick and a player such as Austin Booker, if you were the Bears general manager, would you do a trade like that? The biggest issue right now for Chicago is that we lack the flexibility and salary cap space to take on Trey and give him a new deal right now. Remember all that flexibility we had in the offseason? At least for 2025 and most of 2026, the Bears have already went all in by bringing in Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson, and Drew Dahlman on the offensive line. We would need to restructure a couple of contracts in order to make room for someone like Trey. We would have to redo deals of guys like Montez Sweat and Jalen Johnson, and potentially even DJ Moore as well. Like I've said all offseason long, I do not believe Trey Hendrickson is coming to Chicago. Although I do believe he'd instantly make our defense better, but the cost to acquire him and the amount of money we'd have to pay for him for his past production when he's over the age of 30 now, to me, it's just extremely unlikely, and I do not see Ryan Poles doing this. So, my honest opinion here is that if the Bengals decide not to trade him, he will eventually show up and play. He's not going to forfeit $20 million dollars and miss a year of football at this stage of his career. So, Cincinnati has all the leverage here. On one hand, if they keep him, they can get one more year of production and hopefully 10 to 15 sacks and compete for a Super Bowl. But then next year they would lose him for next to nothing, but potentially a comp pick at best. However, if they trade him, they can get a valuable draft pick and a young defensive player in return. The nightmare scenario would be him going to another team in the NFC North. That's the biggest worry here for me because the Bengals likely will not trade him to another AFC team if they did in fact move him. We do not want him going to the Lions, Packers, or Vikings. And the Lions and Packers are both favorites when it comes to betting odds of which team Trey would end up at. Simply put, for Bears fans, we do not want to go against this guy in the NFC North. But for the final time, I do not expect Trey to end up in Chicago. Yes, he would upgrade our pass rush and make us a better team, but at what cost? Thanks to everyone who watches. Please remember to hit that like button for me. I have more content on the way. Stay tuned, and until next time, bear down.